What's going on, guys? Indy here with Ultimate Tour Reviews. A little bit different review today. I am doing a little bit more of homesteading, kind of, having fun in an RV, doing more traveling now. And I wanted to start kind of growing my own food now. Vivo reached out and said, hey, try out this new garden bed. Now, this is not your usual like 8x4 garden bed. This actually is an 80-inch by about 39.5-inch garden bed here. Hair over around 2 feet deep or so, and it's going to be a all galvanized metal construction. Getting it assembled was kind of the tricky part, and if you can kind of see, I missed a few bolts in there. That's because my mother-in-law actually got it filled with dirt before I actually got it finished assembled. I was kind of at work after I got it, mostly assembled, and she had it filled with dirt by the time I got home, and I'm like, oh, I gotta get it all the way assembled, but it's no big deal. It works fine, even with a couple of bolts missing there. I got, about half the bolts in all sides here. Assembly was a little tricky. You have to be aware that these side pieces are not at all the same as these two side pieces, so they go in completely different, as well as the instructions are not super clear on where these supports go. There's actually 8 positions total these supports can go in, and I just kind of put them in with what the photo looked like they should go. It wasn't really that clear. But anyways, if you're debating whether going for a wood garden or a galvanized garden, galvanized is probably going to last you a bit longer. It's also very light, very easy to install, I would say, comparatively to wood, as well as you don't want to necessarily use pressure treated wood if you're going to use for anything that you're growing, because you don't want those chemicals to leach into the soil when it rains. So I went with the galvanized bed here. It's a very compact, of course. These sides are about 1/2 inch total thick with the kind of, ridges in there for better stability. So I do like it so far. It's super light. If we had to move it, it'd be a little tricky. You had to take the dirt out, of course, first with any type of bed used, but once you get the dirt out, it's pretty light. It only weighs about 40-ish pounds, so it's relatively easy to move by itself. It is a little difficult if you've never assembled these before to really get them fully assembled. You do need to have, I would recommend at least having an impact or an impact driver to assemble these. It can be a Phillips head with a bolt. You can hold the bolt with your hand and just get those screws in there really quick. The hardest part, of course, is getting the first 2 sections of the walls off. Once you get those 2 up, you're good to go. So let's take a little bit closer look at this garden bed. All right, so if we look really closely here, there is this included little rubber piece here. This is pretty razor sharp metal here on this, and this little rubber piece actually goes around the entire top end here to make sure that this won't cut you too bad. You can see a little bit of exposed bit here. Scoot that over there, where this actually does get really sharp. So nice little feature by Vivor there for including that. And of course, each of these corners here is not, perfect corner there. They have them a bit, kind of rounded off a little bit. I wouldn't say rounded off, but, kind of cut short here. So you're not going to hurt yourself if you bump into the corner there. There's no sharp edges on the outside, so that is really nice there. I did put on the bottom, or my mother-in-law put on the bottom, cardboard. We put a bit of fill dirt in there, couple of rocks for helping, to kind of not have too much water. And of course, she used about 4 bags of garden soil we got at Costco. And that gave us about what you see here. We've got about 4 or 5 inches of space here on the walls before you hit the soil. So that gives us a really nice kind of open area for the plants to grow there. And finally, the pricing on this is actually not too bad. I think it's right around 60, 70 bucks for the actual bed itself. Of course, assembly time will take you a little bit of time. For what I assembled here, of course, I'm missing some bolts, as you can see. I am right around about 20 minutes of assembly time. But I think the value for it is actually really good. Overall quality is pretty solid. It's not like it's super cheap or really thin metal, but it's got a lot of good features to it. And it definitely will hold up for years and years, I think. With the overall finish on that metal. I think the bolts themselves will probably have rust issues before the actual galvanized sheets will. So if you want to upgrade the bolts, I would say if you want to keep this thing for a long, long time, put in a higher quality bolts or nuts and bolts in there, and you'll definitely see a lot longer of a lifespan for this. But overall, guys, for what it is, for the price point, I think it's a fantastic choice for getting into a little bit of gardening beds here when you don't necessarily want to use wood. And honestly, wood would probably cost you more too for this type of build. So great choice by Vivor. Thanks again, guys, for watching, and have a great day.